It was a surprise. Oh my God. I remember my first job. It was terrible. É pra fazer de jaleco? The beginning. Had that dream, saw myself going into dentistry and took what we call in Brazil vestibular. The grades were always published on the newspaper. And every day you just wait super early, get the newspaper to see, well, did they publish the grades? Did they publish the grades? We never knew. It was a surprise. They didn't announce. We didn't have internet at that point. So that anticipation of days waiting for the grades, the day I woke up and I actually got the grades published in my hands, and had to take a deep breath before checking to see if I was there. Rio de Janeiro State University, where I went to, was a very competitive school to get in. When I read that my name was there, my number, and I was like, oh my God. And I just remember waking everybody up and jumping around, and everybody was so happy. It was like a true new beginning there. That was a landmark in my life for sure. Dentistry, you really need to find out if you have the ability to use your hands, and very clearly I did. Some of my classmates didn't, and that was very hard to see. Now they're in such a good school, and you're questioning yourself about your skills. I remember my first job. It was terrible. Not necessarily a great place for a dental practice, but I was hired. It was my first job, and it was a practice that was starting to operate, and it belonged to actually a reputable dentist, but that was just a business for him. I'm now seeing patients for the first time without being under the school umbrella, and having professors around me, just seeing I'm doing anything wrong. Now it's me and the patient. It was tough numbing a patient for the first time, thinking, am I hurting this person or not? I just wonder what the patient's feeling, because if patients can feel anything. So first of all, looking like a baby, at 23, and I looked super young, way younger than I actually was. And having that kid, they didn't even know, numbing someone out of school for the first time, doing a filling for the first time. That was tough. It was psychologically very challenging. Off to a good start. Life was good. Practice was doing well. I was paying my bills, progressing one day at a time. And I do have a hobby, which is playing the guitar. In the middle of all of this, to play every Friday in a bar in downtown Rio as well, with the music part of my life. That was one of the days when my life really changed, and I actually met my wife, who was responsible for that. Madeline is from New York, and she was in Rio for a yoga retreat, but she had one night in Rio. We ended up at a bar, and I ended up meeting Madeline, my wife, who is with me for 20 years almost now, 2 kids, and a whole different American life. And that just makes us enter in a whole different chapter of my life, where everything changes, and I had to drop many things and start many other things. Craziness. Lembro do primeiro olhar, do beijo na boca, da boa conversa. Lembro do reggae na praia, do abraço apertado, da porta aberta. I'm moving to the US. Everybody was like, you're crazy, you're insane. Went back to school. I locked myself inside the bathroom. It made me who I am.